That's a pretty cool little view there. That bridge there goes over to our farmer's market, which, you know, farmers come in late spring, summer, and early fall to sell whatever they grow. And, you know, I don't think it's just farmers. They have anybody that wants to sell any kind of produce or even plants or other stuff every Saturday. I grew up in Merriam. I was born here and lived here till I was 18, and then I moved to Colorado for about 8 months to go to college. The school I was going to didn't really work out the way that I wanted it to, so I moved back. And then I moved out of Merriam and lived in the same metro area but farther south in a different city in the metro. But I just got a house back here in Merriam, only like 3 blocks from the house I grew up in. So, you know, spend your time getting out of an area and move back in. Now, it's not permanent anyways. We're planning on, I have a daughter from my first marriage. She's 10, she's about to turn 11. And when she, you know, gets 18, 19, when she goes to college or moves out or whatever, I can't move away from Kansas City until then because I just don't want to be away from her. My ex-wife lives here, and I couldn't bring myself to move away from her, and I wouldn't want to bring her and move her away from my ex just because it's her mother, and I wouldn't want to do that. Anyways, my point, what I was getting to, there's that bridge going to the farmer's market. The point of what I was getting to is that at that time when she's old enough to either decide to move with us or she goes off to college or whatever she decides to do, my wife Kara and I are going to move away from Kansas City. Kansas City's not bad, but personally I want to go live somewhere where I have mountains to hike. And, you know, my dream ever since I was a little, I wanted to be a log cabin architect, and that hasn't really worked out. I'm still really good at architecture. It's all the other stuff that I don't really care about in college. Anyways, I'm at the time we're planning on moving out west somewhere. I've always wanted to move to the Rocky Mountains in Colorado or Wyoming or Utah, but my wife, though she does like the mountains, she doesn't want to be landlocked in that way. She kind of wants to be close to the ocean. She grew up as a surfer. Anyways, we were originally thinking Alaska, which I still want to move to Alaska, but she doesn't like the cold. Anyway, she's thinking more of Washington or Oregon, and which would be fine. So we got a long time to save up and decide. Let's see, what park is this? Werner Park. Anyways, I've yacked on a little too long, and now you know a little bit more about me. There's a little bit of another waterfall up here, and once I get that on the camera, I'll shut it off for a little while. coming up under a bridge starting Monday. Today's Saturday. It's just 2 days. I don't know if they're going to tear down this bridge. I know it's going to be closed for 6 months while they do repairs, so I'm guessing that they're going to tear it down if it's going to take that long. Hey, dry pavement. This is the church I grew up going to. I was baptized in that church. I'm not a very religious person anymore. I never really was, to be honest. I wouldn't say I'm atheist, I'm an agnostic. But I won't get into religion, other than saying I believe you could be a good person without organized religion. That being said, I respect anybody's religious views. Anyways, the halfway point. It's out of view of this. Down here, there's a park down here, and if it's not exactly the halfway point, it's pretty damn close. I'm gonna make some tea and sit down and take a break for a few minutes. Looks like there's another waterfall up here. Here's another waterfall down there. I don't see any moving water in this one. I'm sure it's dripping and probably running underneath there. But I'm almost to that park where I'm gonna have some tea. Here's that park. I decided not to stop here for tea. I'm gonna stop up there by this bridge. You can't see it on the camera yet, but I saw it before it disappeared around the corner up there. Not sure what this park is called. There's a sign up here. Let's go see. It looks like they have a maintenance access there. Kids sledding over there. It's called Campbell Park. Merriam, a little bit of history. Merriam was originally settled as Campbellton by the Campbell family, and the city grew, of course, and it's not what it was when it was Campbellton, but I'm not sure when it came to Merriam, or became Merriam. So I'm gonna go down here and find mile marker number 2 and have some tea. Got a historical sign marker here. It says Fort Leavenworth - Fort Scott Military Road crossed here. Fort Leavenworth, I'd say about 45 minutes to an hour. Maybe not an hour, but 45-minute drive northwest of here. And Fort Scott is about close to an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. It's been a long time since I've made the drive south, straight south of here. Got another bridge. Forgot, I walked right past it. There's the 2-mile marker. And I said I was gonna have lunch at that park, or tea at that park, and I was gonna have lunch here. But I know for a fact that on the other side of that road right there, which I'm about to go under after I go over this, there's a nice little park that I've actually wanted to check out a few times and never got around to it. So I'm gonna have tea there, and nobody's gonna stop me. And let's see here. I left the house at 10:30. It's now 11:30. I'm pretty sure I underestimated the distance from the house to the first spot. I said it was about a half mile, but now I'm thinking it's more of a mile. So I've gone 3 miles around and did it in an hour, which is a pretty good pace, considering I'm not walking very fast, but I'm not just strolling either. So I gotta cross the road here, go underneath another road, and then I'll be to the park where I'm gonna have tea.